everyone thinks they're entitled to that 10K a month retainer. Like, you don't even know the business.
I remember watching that video where you talked about like everybody's selling email. Why don't you try to sell advertorials and stand out in the inbox when you're doing cold outreach? And so that's one of the recommendations I gave to some of the members is, start learning advertorials, and I might, start teaching them how to do advertorials so that they could, be a bit more complete as short form copywriters. And one thing that I don't know that you could probably enlighten me on is how much does an advertorial go for, or how is that priced when you sell it to the client, and like how much do like space ads go for? Those kinds of things.
So I think you said $50 an email, right?
Well, I'll be paying the members in Copy Skills $50 an email. Yeah.
Okay. And this my whole rant stemmed from that. Like, that is not a bad rate. Like, that's fucking great. Because honestly, once you sort of get it down, you get into a rhythm. Like you said, you could write 4 an hour, and it's like everyone thinks they're entitled to that 10K a month retainer. And I can already feel I'm going way off track, or I'm going back into that rant. Like, you don't even know the business. Like, you want to get paid as much as the fucking marketing director. The question you asked was about emails, about advertorials, space ads. So I would say stick with that. Stick with, like, me and Jake Hoffberg did a video in the Agora office where we talk about long-term greedy. Okay. One of my philosophies is 4 green houses, 1 red hotel. And it's a Monopoly reference, right? You got to trade your 4 green houses for 1 red. And everyone's ashamed of the ugly green houses. They want the Bugatti and the $10,000 retainer. Dude, no, get your 4 green houses. So what I would say is, and I'm doing this with the agency, I did one-off projects for multiple different publishers. I've only been an agency, like a standalone agency, since it was about October 15th of last year, so about 1 year. And so I worked with a bunch of publishers, and now there's some that are like, hey, we want to keep you. Like, we don't want to let you go. What do we got to do? And I say, I'm happy. I like working with you too. Let us do a 1-year contract. So I'm prefacing the answer with that mindset. Go in, write emails for $50, write space ads for $50, write advertorials for $150, $200. Advertorials are going to be fewer and farther in between. There's not as many of those needed or used as emails and space ads. But do that to establish a rapport and a relationship with a potential. This is dating. You're dating the clients that you hope to one day boo up and like have like a long-term relationship with. So come at it with that mind. And again, I'm doing like the antithesis. I'm trying to almost undo the marketing that exists around this field. Like, it's not write 1 email in 1 hour a day and make 10,000 a month and be a boss and tell everyone else that I charge my worth. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, your comments.
It's like those entitled women, right? Like, I know what I'm worth.
Well, yeah, rabbit hole. What a can of worms, right? Like, yeah, I see it on, Facebook groups. Occasionally, I somehow end up in a Facebook group. I try to avoid them. Sometimes I get tagged and it's very nice. And I'm like, oh, that's very nice. But sometimes I'll get in a Facebook group and there will just be like this sort of, the poster will be saying about, I'm not getting what I'm worth, or I need to charge more, or this client's being difficult. Sometimes they will acknowledge this is a rant and they'll say at the start, okay, so the quick rant, I just have to vent. And it's sort of like, excuse me for the bad behavior I'm about to put into the public. And then they do their rant and then they say end rant. And some people don't acknowledge they're even ranting. And I look to some of these things, and then there's enablers that are like, charge your worth. And it's like, dude, like, I wouldn't want to like have lunch with you. You seem like a really aggravating and negative person, right? And that's never addressed. Like Chandresh said something, he's the little comments, it's all about building meaningful relationships.
Yep.
Me and Sean addressed this. Like, anytime I'm trying to hire someone, dude, I just start calling all the dudes I know, because everybody knows that you don't, there's like 3 degrees of separation, like you said, in this little pool, this little pond of copywriting. Yeah, people fuck up that relationship game.